Guys, you must know about pyramids, but do you know about the amazing discoveries of different images and texts on the walls inside the pyramids? Which totally tell about the Egyptian civilization secrets like their religions, their beliefs, and everything about their culture and ancient time people life. Today we are going to discuss an amazing topic, which is the texts on the pyramids walls, the inside wall texts which are written, which can be anything. Today we are going to discuss these. Let's stay with us and hear about these texts, what they see and what are actually these and how they discovered. Today we are going to discuss this one. The pyramid texts are the oldest religious writings in the world and make up the principal funerary literature of ancient Egypt. They comprise the texts which were inscribed on the sarcophagi and walls of pyramids at Saqqara in the 5th and 6th dynasties of the Old Kingdom. The texts were reserved for the soul of the deceased king by his scribes and priests and were a series of spells and incantations designed to free the soul of the king from the body and help it to ascend toward the heavens. These texts are considered primary sources of the lives of the kings. They were written for and have provided Egyptologists with information on the role of the king played in the life of Egyptian civilization. Guys, these inscriptions also relate mythical allegiance, the names of the gods, and instructions for the deceased regarding the afterlife and the journey of the Ka, the soul. The Ka is actually a word which is for soul, from the body to eternal life among the invisible stars where he would live with the gods. This is some kind of beliefs which reflects from the text on the walls of the pyramids. When researches are being done, there are findings that over 200 gods and goddesses are mentioned in the pyramid text, from the most famous such as Ra, Thoth, Osiris, and Isis to lesser known deities. These allusions, as with all of the inscriptions, were intended to help the soul of the pharaoh in his transition from earthly life to the afterlife as the field of reeds, where he would live eternally. One amazing fact is that the field of reeds was a mirror image of one's life on earth, but without sickness, disappointment, or of course death. One would live eternally, the life one enjoyed on earth, but first one had to elude dark spirits which could lead one astray and pass through the judgment of Osiris and the 42 judges in the Hall of Truth. That's amazing things, These were the beliefs which are found by the texts. Now we will move forward on these texts, what they see. These texts tell about the mythologies of the ancient pyramid residents or Egyptian residents, how they believe about these gods like Thoth, god of wisdom and writing, or Horus, restorer of the order, are invoked to help the king, and the allusions to the myths such as the contingence between Horus and Set in which order overcomes chaos would remind his soul of the presence of the gods and their goodwill. In these texts, there one god of the sun, the Ra, which is mentioned as Ra, is mentioned repeatedly, assuring the soul of continued light, warmth, and comfort. The pyramid texts also provide the first written reference to the great god Osiris, king of the dead, and the concept of the judgment of the soul in the Hall of Truth, and in doing so try to assure the king that he will pass through his judgment safely. The texts provide mentionly the pyramid texts provide the first written reference to the great god Osiris, king of the dead. The so-called utterances or inscriptions meant to be spoken out loud, hence their designation, and by the way in which they are written. Most likely chanted, according to the scholar Geraldine Pinch, many were composed in the first person and would have been highly dramatic when spoken or chanted aloud. In the utterance which details the deceased pharaoh's journey into the sky, for example, verbs like fled, rushed, guessed, or leaped are written to the emphasize He that flieth away from you, ye men. He is no longer in the earth, he is in the sky. He rusheth at the sky as a heron. These texts are something which give you like the beliefs that they believe on the angels, they believe on afterlife, and they believe on many things like they believe on the devils, the demons, these things. There were many other texts which show that the soul of the deceased could fly, or run, or walk, or even row to the field of reeds in a ship, as this passage indicates. A ramp to the sky is built for him that he may go up to the sky throne. Goeth up upon the smoke of the great exhalation. He flieth as a bird, and he settled as a beetle or an empty seat on the ship of Ra. These are some beliefs that the god of dead can make these things to move you with him. Like there are some writings that O Ra, and he come to the land in thy shape, O Ra. But the soul's flight, of course, could only take place after the deceased had passed through the judgment of Osiris in the Hall of Truth, and the heart waited in the golden balances against the white feather of truth, the feather of Maat, goddess of harmony and balance. While the pyramid texts are the first to mention the judgment of Osiris, the concept would be fully developed in writing later in the book of Coming Forth by Day, better known as the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which drew on the pyramid texts.